name is posianadius bernike and my ID number is 33210104. So today I'm going to finish my homework. Let's start from part 1. Part 1. Complete the script. Which culture do you belong to? I was born and raised in America where my culture was safe. Is that a multicultural society? Yes, it is. My culture is a diverse mix of customs and traditions of various races and ethnicities. How long has your country been practicing these customs? Well, it has a long history, around 2,000 years ago. What custom do you like the most? I like practicing dining etiquette. That's what makes me American whenever I travel to other countries. What are traditional customs of men and women in your country? Cowboy hats and boots are American styles, but nowadays jeans and t-shirts are more preferable. Are you comfortable with tradition and customs of your culture? Of course, I was born with it. How do you people greet each other? Well, it depends on the situation. In an informal communication, people just say hi. Have you ever felt drawn to another land? Yes, I am interested in Indian culture. I wish I can get there someday to attend a typical Indian wedding. Next, part 2. Part 2 tells the story of the life of Alberto and his new neighbor. The story begins when Alberto sees his new neighbor and he feels his life is going to be more difficult. Alberto sees their new neighbor coming in their big noisy car and sees them out. Roberto says, "There they are. They are two big guys and noisy like their car and smelly and stupid." "Oh, this is so bad," he thought. Alberto asks how to deal with them. Then he goes to tell him Mimi is a friend who lives with him. Alberto also asks Mimi, "Have you seen the new neighbors?" "No," answered Mimi. "Who are they?" Mimi asked. Alberto answered, "Two people we don't like. They are both very noisy, smelly, and stupid, just like them usually." "Oh no," Mimi said. "This is really bad." Mimi says, "I think we should just ignore them." "I think you're right." Alberto agreed with what Mimi said. "Yeah, we just need to ignore them." Finally, for a few days, Alberto and Mimi tried to ignore their new neighbors. When their new neighbors go out for a walk, Alberto and Mimi don't greet them. When their new neighbors were in their garden, Alberto and Mimi came into the house and started to feel worried and said, "For a few days it will be fine, but things can be helped. Things don't always turn out like this." One day, Alberto woke up to find that one of their new neighbors was in his garden. He shouted to Mimi, "Mimi, have you seen this before? Now he is in our garden. Look." "How terrible," Mimi's replied. Then Mimi replied, "Let's call our staff and make sure they get rid of it." Then Mimi went to call the staff. 2 minutes later, Alberto Mimi and the chief of staff got rid of the unwanted neighbor. Mimi tried to her to show her away and shouted, "Get out of here, go home." The neighbor said nothing. She looked at the chief of staff and Mimi with a look dirty. Then he returned to his garden. Finally, Mimi and Alberto feel better and told their staff to prepare food for them. But that wasn't enough. Over the next few days, Alberto and Mimi often saw one of their neighbors walking around their own garden. This was terrible to show how they feel, Mimi. To show how they feel, Mimi and Alberto went to their neighbor's garden at night while their neighbor was at home. Then they destroyed everything and destroyed all the flowers. The next morning, one of the neighbors came to talk to Alberto. They then say, "Hi, hey, you, Alberto." Didn't answer, but his neighbor continued to talk to him and said, "You came to our garden last night and ruined all the flowers." Alberto didn't say anything, but just looked at his neighbor with a dirty look. "In trouble," the neighbors mumbled. "They thought I did." "Who are they?" asked Alberto. His neighbor replied, "Of course, my owner." "What owner? Do you have owner?" "Yes, of course, have," he replied. Alberto is confused, isn't he? He also understands that his neighbors don't have stuff. "Oh no, Alberto, we have stuff." Then Alberto immediately went to tell Mimi that the neighbors do not have stuff but have owners. "It's not surprising," said Mimi. "That explains everything. That's why they are so noisy, smelly, and stupid." Then Mimi and Alberto decided to make the owner a staff. To be honest, Mimi and Alberto are very friendly to their new neighbors. They also tried to explain how to make their owner a staff. Then Alberto said, "Listen," talking to his neighbor. "It's so easy. First, understand that the house is your house, not theirs." Then second, Mimi explained it. The second way, make sure you always clean and make sure they give you food whenever you want. You have to stare at the paper while they read it. Next, sleep as much as possible in their bed. And lastly, try not to bark but instead meow. But it is not good. The neighbors just don't understand. After a week, they will give up. And next, the last one is part 3, and I already answered the questions. And my answer is, number one is, the best he like is porcupines. The best he like is porcupines. Number 2, elephants throw down at them with his trunk. Number 3, one naughty bird did something it wasn't supposed to do. Number 4, after the bird saw he saw the butterfly in a glass boiling. And conversation between a son and his father while taking his son to bed, where the father told him to sleep, but before it was time to sleep, the father asked his son to tell the story first. The story begins. The child tells his experience of visiting the zoo. He sees many animals and his favorite animal is porcupines. Porcupines. After telling the story, it's finally time to sleep. The last one is number 5, and the answer is a zoo or a wildlife park is a place where animals are kept in an artificial environment and shown to the public. Apart from being a place for recreation, the zoo functions as a place for education, research, and place for conservation for endangered animals. For the conservation, earlier the son saw many animals in the zoo. He saw his favorite animals, hedgehog, giraffe, beard, so dog and butterflies. That's what that's what he remembered and told his father. Thank you.